The judge has kept the bail very high on the 6 women and 1 man who were indicted yesterday for allegedly molesting children at a Manhattan Beach preschool. The 7 individuals, all of them at one time on the staff of the McMartin preschool, were in court today and in police custody. Since not all of them have attorneys yet, they didn't enter pleas today. But as Wayne Satz reports, the defendants will have a difficult time making bail. Wayne?
That may be so, Jerry. The judge kept the bail high, partly on the grounds that these former teachers could be dangerous to children if released. They have been indicted, after all, on the belief that they sexually assaulted and terrorized more than 100 children in their care. So the suspect, Ray Bucky, for example, still faces an unprecedented $1 million bail. And the judge has indicated that he may not accept bail from them in the form of real estate, and that even their cash may be viewed as tainted and not accepted. So 7 people who were once respected in their community and have virtually no prior records are now in jail indefinitely, viewed by authorities as child molesters. She sat in her wheelchair with teddy bear pins on her blouse and Snoopy earrings on her ears. Virginia McMartin, the owner of the preschool in which kids were allegedly scared into silence about sexual assaults by being forced to watch animals being mutilated. Virginia McMartin, indicted for child molesting, is in police custody on $50,000 bail. Her grandson, Ray Bucky, once a teacher at the school, held on $1 million bail. His mother, Peggy Bucky, once the director of the preschool, held on $350,000 bail. Her daughter, Peggy Ann, $50,000. Teacher Betty Rader, $250,000. Teacher Mary Ann Jackson, $100,000. Bab Spittler, $125,000. Those high bails had been set when the 7 were indicted. Defense lawyers tried in vain to reduce them, stressing the clean records of their clients, their long-time residency in the town, the fact that none has tried to leave town. But the district attorney argued that, for example, Ray Bucky had allegedly been attacking kids even during this period that he's been a suspect, and that the public safety requires high bail on him and the rest. Judge Ronald George agreed.
And the court does find that the public safety does justify the following bail, given the great number of charges, the period of years over which the alleged conduct is to have occurred, the vulnerability of the victims and that class of victims, many, many children, dozens of children subjected to serious sexual acts.
And the judge indicated he probably would not let the defendants put up real estate to bail out, and that he might even reject their cash, on the grounds that it is money that these teachers earned while they were committing criminal acts. All of these questions and the pleas by the teachers are put off until April 6. Still, a spokesperson for some of the affected parents said they remain worried that the suspected teachers will be able to make bail and get out.
Last night, parents sat with their children and watched these people be taken into custody. And they said to their children, see, they're in jail. The psychological trauma that will result from having these people back out on the street, people who threaten the children's lives, is immense, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Meanwhile, the district attorney said his investigation is continuing full bore with the grand jury, and that 100 more kids are waiting in the wings to be interviewed. I asked him about the defense argument that those interviews were planting stories in the children's heads.
Well, that's the standard defense in any type of child molestation case. And we see that in every single case, and I've seen that in cases that I tried when I was a trial deputy in this office. That's the standard defense, that the child has conjured this up, and for one reason or another. But based on the evidence that we have in this case, I am very confident that defense will not stand up.
Meanwhile, the special therapist whose interviews have supplied the DA with the witnesses that he has so much confidence in was part of a news conference. Key McFarland wanted to say this to those who might believe that they were molested by the people who are now in custody.
You're afraid. If you want to get it out of you, you can help yourself and you can help other children. If you're afraid to tell your parents, you can call us. We will help you tell it, and we'll help you tell your parents. Our number at the Children's Institute is 385-5104.
The place where she works, Children's Institute International, has been helping out the DA on an emergency basis. But the outfit is a private organization. And where does it get its money?
Primarily to private contributions from the community.
Are you getting them?
We are, and if we would obviously encourage anybody that would like to help to contact us.
The number at the Institute again is 385-5104. 888-5104. We regret that our story doesn't include comments from the lawyer for the Bucky family, but attorney Dan Davis has told us that he doesn't think it helps a client to talk to the press. We will keep trying anyway. Chris.
Okay, number 385-5104. This is your story. It's all your story, but
Well,
I do happen
it's
to
the
know
world's
the
story
fact
now.
that Children's Institute International has scraped along financially and carried an enormous burden on behalf of all society alone.
I'm sure they'll appreciate you saying that.
Well, I know it to be the truth as you do, and more people do now too.